Sports are emotional, football in particular. The events that go on over the course of a game are sure to stir up the emotions of those involved, whether in the stands or on the field. But for one man, football is way more than just a game. Yes, that's right, football has finally returned. The UAPB Golden Lions have recently completed their winter workouts and are now on the field under first-year head coach Cedric Thomas. After months of running and lifting, this group of guys behind me is excited to be in pads once again. Lights are on and the doors are open here at Gene's Barbecue in Brinkley after the ASP and Drug Task Force raided the small town business Thursday evening. Over the weekend, the original trailer that housed all of these items crashed off the interstate into a swamp, and a crew from Lucky's Towing Company went out to help salvage those items. Whistles blow and pads pop on day 3 of spring practice for the Golden Lions of the Gridiron, their first in pads. New head coach Cedric Thomas has been looking forward to this time of year since his first day on the job and is excited to see his guys flying around.
We're really excited. They bounced around. That normally happens on the first day you finally put them pads on. But overall, the biggest thing is just getting out healthy.
A goal that any coach has for spring ball. A whole new staff is in place and has players like senior defensive end Nick Stroud excited for the 2018 campaign.
I feel like our attitude is changing. We're seeing a little bit more seriousness out of the players. The coaches are bringing new energy.
A new role on defense for Stroud places a lot of weight on his shoulders. But with him being the type of player he is, the added responsibilities don't add any pressure.
I pride myself on following rules and being a good example, so I just want everybody to follow my lead.
With the game of football constantly evolving, Cedric Thomas knows this spring period will consist of learning and building.
Because of this new era, we just want to start from the basic, and we know we can build a house from the foundation.
This new era of Golden Line football has Stroud confident that this season will not be like the others.
And I feel like at the end of the season, everybody's going to be satisfied with the result.
Now, spring practices are held every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. and on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., concluding with the annual Black and Gold game on Saturday, April 28th. Head coach Kevin Montgomery believes in a certain brand of softball that revolves around the intangibles.
Effort and attitude, that's pretty much the brand of softball that I coach. You got to bring effort and you got to bring attitude, because that's something you can't teach.
Winning 20 games and reaching the SWAC tournament quarterfinals a year ago marked a sign of change in UAPB softball in Montgomery's first year at the helm. Now with the year under his belt, he's focused on teaching his brand and has brought in some girls that fit the mold.
It's been pretty great.
Meet Dominique Humphrey, a transfer from Dodge City Community College. She plays a key role on the team and is starting to catch attention within the conference. Enough attention for her to win Conference Hitter of the Week after the Lady Lions series against Mississippi Valley. But she realizes that it's bigger than her.
It's always going to be a team thing, more of a team thing than anything else. Like myself, I expect myself to play well. I hold myself to high standards, just like, coaches hold me to high standards as well.
Her transition to the D1 level has been rather smooth, as she has built a strong bond with her teammates during this year, leading to success on the field.
I love everyone on this team. We get along very, very good. I know I can go to any one of them if I'm having trouble or something.
After a sweep of Grambling last weekend, the Lady Lions now enter the final part of the season, which includes series against a pair of Western Division foes, Prairie View and Texas Southern.
Our goal is to stay healthy to get through Texas and try to make a good push for the tournament and be strong when we get to the tournament.
Reporting on the Lady Lions, I'm Gabriel McDonald. Sports are emotional, football in particular. The events that go on over the course of a game are sure to stir up the emotions of those involved, whether in the stands or on the field. But for one man, football is way more than just a game.
It saved my life.
During his opening press conference upon getting hired at UAPB, Cedric Thomas dubbed himself as an emotional coach. And it doesn't take much to see why.
Dominate the day, let's go to work. Let's get better. Da-da-da, Adderall, everybody locked in. Come on, baby, we gotta get out of here now. All right, gotta get out of here. Come on, 5-5, you gotta make that play, man. Coach can't make the tackle, too. Hey, that's way to fit the rock, man. Way to fit the rock. Hey, 2-4, come on, fit it. You ain't got much space out here. Way to practice. Way to keep him up.
As he nears the end of his first spring at the helm, Thomas feels that things are coming along on the field, but it's still a surreal feeling for him being back at his alma mater.
I still hadn't had a chance to sit down and say, wow, I'm back at my school, coaching, because just so much work.
A culture change is something Thomas has been preaching since he first got on campus. And with that comes establishing a sense of pride, the same pride that the Golden Lions had during his playing days.
Want to be gained, not lost, good, not even success, not failure. In order, we should not regret the price we paid for it. These kids, I tell them all the time, I was in that dorm where they was at. You know, I've been in that cafeteria where they was at. I played on this field, so, you know, anything less than being prideful with these letters on our chest, you know, is unacceptable.
What are they doing here? There's no drugs in this place.
That's what Sharon Hay says went through her mind Thursday evening as state police and the 1st Judicial Drug Task Force searched Gene's Barbecue in Brinkley.
They were looking through the cash register, and then I don't know what was happening in the back.
Gene DePriest runs the local eatery and has run it for over 2 decades. And he also helps run the small town. He's on the city council.
When I walk in there and Gene is there, he said, "Hey, Gene." I said, "Hey, Gene."
Gene Hudson regularly dines at Gene's Barbecue like Hay.
He wouldn't put up with drugs in his restaurant.
But Thursday, the Drug Task Force served a search warrant at the town staple. Special agents say they seized nearly a dozen video arcade machines and cash.
I feel sad because, you know, he's a great person.
Now locals are hoping for the best because they know how important the restaurant is.
We'd be devastated without it. We need a place to eat.